So at the end of last week, it was reported that Dr. Rubin, who's the co-lead of the Cook County Department of Public Health, stated that it's not okay to defy the order. That order being the vaccine passport mandate. As you know, I was in the U.S. Air Force and I took several oaths of office as a commissioned officer to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. I received a lot of training on leadership, on ethics, and of this oath. Hammered home in this training is that officers had an obligation and duty to not follow unlawful orders. In fact, we would be held culpable if we followed an unlawful order. Is that not correct, Joel? This board does not have that training, but stood up and did not enforce mandates that we felt were unlawful and not in line with our oaths of office. In fact, several of these mandates we refused to enforce were found to be in violation of the Constitution just last week. Mandates from individual executives and administrative bodies are not laws. There's a process for passing laws, and these processes have been wholly ignored by the state and the county, but not by Orland Park, and I'm proud of the board for that. Dr. Rubin went on to say that in those communities and in any other, we will be investigating or referring for investigation every credible complaint we receive to the state's attorney's office. They're the ones that, under the appropriate authority, can issue fines. So let me get this straight. Kim Foxx is going to fine businesses for not checking your medical records. But as we saw earlier tonight, she continues to let violent criminals run free. Maybe Dr. Rubin and Kim Foxx should get their priorities straight and worry about the safety of the over 120 children shot and murdered in the past year in Cook County, rather than fining businesses for not checking the vaccine card of a 5-year-old. Well, Kim Foxx has been putting our law-abiding citizens at risk. Our police department has been keeping the people of Orland Park safe, as we saw tonight, with crime down another 9% from 2020 to the lowest rate in, I believe, 27 years. We were #1 with the lowest violent crime rates for towns over 50,000 in 2020, and we had even fewer violent crimes in 2021. This is because of outstanding proactive work by our police department, including, but not limited to, the mobile response unit, increased business checks, the youth supervision policy at the mall, investment in investigations, and as we heard tonight, in getting prints from some other source besides the 8-month wait at the state, to ensure that criminals are caught so we have evidence that makes it much harder for Kim Foxx to turn them loose. The requirement for businesses to cooperate with police. Businesses that refuse to sign complaints are cited for conduct of licensee and fined appropriately. This has happened a few times, believe it or not, but it's stopped after they were fined. We want our businesses to report and sign complaints for crimes. They're part of the community, and they're part of keeping the community safe. When that happens, we can catch the criminals, and they stop coming to Orland Park because we catch them. You saw our clearance rates tonight. I would also be remiss if I did not also compliment our Public Works Department for their work during the snow events and the very challenging rain event followed by dropping temperatures. That was great work. On that note, I want to tell you about a compliment that I received from about our Public Works Department via voicemail, and I'm going to summarize the voicemail and not give any specifics to call out any address or the like. But the call came from a resident that said, "I want to compliment recent snow removal on and around my block. We recently moved from another nearby suburb, and we never ever received the kind of snow removal, timely snow removal, and consistency of the snow removal that we have received here in the last 2 days. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it." So thank you to your guys, Joel, for all their hard work. Lastly, it is Martin Luther King Day, as a couple trustees have pointed out, and I would like to close with a couple of quotes that I think are pretty appropriate for the times we're living in today. The first was, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." The second, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." I think those quotes are still as true today as they were when Dr. King said them. Thank you very much, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.